right, we are starting with some breaking news coming in. While the win for Draupadi Murmu in the presidential election was a foregone conclusion, it is the margin now that has delivered a bigger message to everyone, specifically the opposition leaders. With 17 MPs and 126 MLAs reported to have cross-voted, it is being seen as a big jolt coming into the opposition, who has been trying to put up a united front and counter the BJP as well. There have been about 10 Congress MLAs, according to reports, that may have cross-voted for Draupadi Murmu, specifically talking about the state of Jharkhand as well. Remember, Murmu got 70 out of 80 votes from the state, and there were about 10 of the Congress's 18 MLAs that have likely to have voted for Draupadi Murmu, and this has now, while the win was certainly a foregone conclusion, it is certainly not looking good for the opposition's strength and show of unity that they were putting out. First, we have the TMC coming out and abstaining and saying that they will not be voting for the upcoming vice presidential, in fact, vote as well. And now we have seen one after the other, several of the opposition leaders, and including within the own Congress party, who have allegedly cross-voted as far as the presidential election is concerned, specifically talking about the NDA candidate. Remember, the JMM had already announced its support for Draupadi Murmu even before the elections happened, and the AJSU also supported Draupadi Murmu's candidature for the from day one as well. We'll first play out some reactions coming in.
निश्चित रूप से जो बातें सामने आ रही है उससे ये प्रतीत होता है कि क्रॉस वोटिंग हुई है, और हम लोग इस पर चर्चा करेंगे, विधायकों के साथ भी चर्चा करेंगे, हमारे जो सीएलपी के लीडर हैं आलमगीर आलम साहब, उनसे बातचीत होगी और तब तय कर पाएंगे कि आखिर क्या बात रही और किस कारण से इस तरह की बातें सामने आ रही है, किन परिस्थितियों में इस तरह की वोटिंग हुई है। सारी बातों को समझने का प्रयास करेंगे। तत्पश्चात हम लोग अपने आला कमान को इस बात से अवगत कराएंगे कि इस तरह की चीजें यहाँ पर हुई है और इस पर क्या होना चाहिए, उस पर हम लोग चर्चा करेंगे।
All right, my colleague Samya now also joins us on this broadcast. So Samya, according to reports coming in, as far as Jharkhand is concerned, out of the 81 votes and seats that were there for the presidential election, 70 were given to Draupadi Murmu. This also means that there were certain Congress MLAs who have also now once again cross-voted for Draupadi Murmu.
Well, there seems to be no lessons learned from the local body elections that took place in Maharashtra, where several of the Congress MLAs defied the whip and went ahead and voted for either the BJP or, for that matter, the second choice of candidate. That matter could never get resolved. There was no disciplinary action that took place, and now what is witnessed in Ranchi is pretty much a deja vu of sorts, because the Congress MLAs were not under any sort of a whip in this particular case as far as presidential elections are concerned, and that's the reason why they were allowed to choose and vote for a president of their choice. It's a huge embarrassment for the Congress party, as several of their MLAs, or for that matter, we do not know if MPs have also gone ahead and voted for Draupadi Murmu. But the fact remains that the cross-voting is something that the opposition is riddled with right now, and they need to do serious introspection as to what is going wrong as far as choosing a candidate is concerned, getting the opposition together is concerned, or being able to convey to their MLAs and MPs as far as who they should go ahead and vote for. Even as far as optics are concerned, the Congress party is failing miserably, where all their MLAs seem to have sided with Draupadi Murmu as the candidate. But remember, she is somebody who's from a tribal origin, and maybe that's the reason why, as far as the emotional connect is concerned, maybe that's the reason why the Congress MLAs have gone ahead and voted for her. But the fact remains that they did not vote for the UPA candidate Yashwant Sinha, and that is what the Congress party has to really rectify on their end. An investigation has been ordered to find out who are these MLAs. So we have to wait and see how the central leadership of the Congress party is going to react to it.
All right, continue to be with us, Samya. Let me also now go across to Mr. Rajagopalan joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Rajagopalan, it seems like the opposition is now marred with news, more and more news coming in for cross-voting. There have been a total of 17 MPs and 126 MLAs who have cross-voted from across states. And now another news coming in of how there have been Congress MLAs who have also voted in the state of Jharkhand for Draupadi Murmu.
नहीं, Samya, your correspondent Samya Kapoor has done extremely a good job. She analyzed it very well. My understanding is that Congress was for sale in Jharkhand and also in Odisha. West Bengal, there is no Congress MLA. That Odisha Congress MLAs, Jharkhand MLAs were expected to vote, and we must give credit to Hemanta Biswa Sarma, because even in Assam, many Congress MLAs have voted for Draupadi Murmu because of the local compulsions, because of the caste factor, because of the Santhalias.
In fact, Mr. Rajagopalan, sorry to interrupt you there, but we are also joined by a Congress MLA from Jharkhand, that is Irfan Ansari. Mr. Ansari, आप बताइए और खबरें आ रही हैं किस तरह से आप ही के फैक्शन के लोगों ने द्रौपदी मुर्मू के लिए वोट किया है झारखंड में। पहले से भी हमें पता है कि जेएमएम ने उनके लिए सपोर्ट घोषित किया था, लेकिन ये इस तरह की क्रॉस वोटिंग का सीधा तौर पर असर पड़ा है इलेक्शंस पर?
नहीं, देखिए मैडम, सबसे पहले तो मैं द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी को बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं आपके चैनल के माध्यम से प्रदेशवासियों को। और ये जो चुनाव था मैडम, ये कहीं न कहीं साफ इंडिकेशन ये दे दिया गया था कि अपने विवेक से आप निर्णय लीजिए। इसमें ऐसा नहीं कि हमने किसी को, कांग्रेस के विधायकों ने किसी भाजपा को वोट दिया या ऐसा कुछ नहीं। द्रौपदी मुर्मू एक ट्राइबल महिला है और झारखंड एक ट्राइबल स्टेट है, तो हो सकता है मैम जो ट्राइबल विधायक हैं हमारे, तो उनको डर सता रहा था कि जनता के बीच में जाएंगे तो क्या कहेंगे, क्या संदेश जाएगा, क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो है इज एक्सपर्ट, तो वो काफी माहिर खिलाड़ी है राजनीति का। तो ऐसे दाव चलती है जिससे कहीं ना कहीं वो हम लोगों को भी इसका इफेक्ट होता है। तो लोग अपने विधायक लोग अपने क्षेत्र बचाने के लिए, विधानसभा बचाने के लिए हो सकता है कि द्रौपदी मुर्मू को वोट किया हो, लेकिन इसकी सत्यता तो अभी हुई नहीं है। हमारे अध्यक्ष जी भी शायद कुछ मीडिया में कुछ बातें कहा है, तो ऐसी बात नहीं है। तो जो ये तो साफ इंडिकेशन था कि द्रौपदी मुर्मू जीत जाएगी।
लेकिन अंसारी साहब, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि उनका कैंडिडेट जो था वो मजबूत था कंपेयर टू ऑपोजिशन के कैंडिडेट के, जो लगातार ये कह रहे थे कि हम मजबूत हैं, हम एक साथ हैं, लेकिन टीएमसी और बहुत सारी अदर पार्टीज और लीडर्स अब बाहर आ रही हैं, कह रही हैं कि हम तो वोट ही नहीं करेंगे वाइस प्रेसिडेंशियल इलेक्शंस के लिए। इस पर आपका क्या कहना है? और 81 सीट्स में से अगर 70 सीट झारखंड में से द्रौपदी मुर्मू को मिल रही है, इसका मतलब यह है कि साफ तौर पर कह सकते हैं कि क्रॉस वोटिंग हुई है।
बिल्कुल मैडम, इसे मैंने कहा ना, मैं इनसे इनकार नहीं कर सकता हूं, लेकिन ये भी कह सकता हूं कि भाजपा ज्यादा उत्साहित ना हो। लोगों ने अपने विवेक से वोट किया है। ये कोई राज्यसभा चुनाव नहीं है, ये तो राष्ट्रपति का चुनाव है। और मैं तो कहूंगा देश के प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी को, ये तो एक्सपर्ट खिलाड़ी है राजनीति के, ऐसा चाल चल देते हैं। पिछले बार दलित को बना दिया राष्ट्रपति, अभी आदिवासी पे दाव खिला। तो सभी विधायकों का जो क्षेत्र है आदिवासी बहुल क्षेत्र है, और कार्यकर्ता लोग भी पूछ रहे थे कि सर आप लोग किसको वोट कर रहे हैं, हम जानना चाहते हैं। तो कहीं की दबाव था, जनता का दबाव था, तो उस पर यह निर्णय हो सकता है लिया गया हो। लेकिन इतना जरूर कहूंगा कि हम लोग कांग्रेस पार्टी से बंधे, हमारे विधायक कांग्रेस पार्टी से बंधे हैं, और कांग्रेस आन बान शान है इनके।
लेकिन सर, आप बोल रहे हैं कांग्रेस आपकी आन बान शान है, लेकिन आप ही के एमएलएज ने जाकर वोट किया है द्रौपदी मुर्मू के खिलाफ, तो क्या पार्टी को उन्होंने नीचे रखा है लोगों की समर्थन?
नहीं मैडम, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं। मैंने कहा ना कि झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा ने भी द्रौपदी मुर्मू को वोट किया, तो वो भाजपा के कहने पे थोड़ी किया। उनके सारे आदिवासी विधायक थे। आज असम में आप चले जाइए, वहां भी आदिवासी विधायक थे, उन्होंने द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी को वोट किया। बंगाल में भी आप चले जाइए, जितने भी ट्राइबल जो एमएलए थे उन्होंने भी द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी को वोट किया। तो एक लगता है मैडम, राष्ट्रपति चुनाव जो होता है जाति सम्मान की बात होती है, और भाजपा ने एक सम्मान दिया है आदिवासी को, तो उसका असर है ये। और ये नहीं कि क्रॉस वगैरह कुछ नहीं होता। हमारे विधायकों के वोट से हम लोग जीत नहीं सकते थे
जी,
और ऐसा ना हो कि इधर से भी चले जाए और हमारे विधायक उधर से भी चले जाए
जी।
तो इसका लाभ मिला है। तो इससे ज्यादा भाजपा को साइड होने की आवश्यकता नहीं है मैडम। और मैं इतना जरूर कहूंगा, कांग्रेस पार्टी इंटायर हम लोग एक हैं, और कांग्रेस का जो निर्णय है हम लोग सर पर ही लेंगे। लेकिन आज अखबारों में जो देख रहा हूं कि कांग्रेस के 9 वोट को।
धन्यवाद इरफान अंसारी साहब हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए टाइम्स नाउ पर। सो दैट वाज एन एमएलए कमिंग इन फ्रॉम झारखंड, once again indirectly trying to show the support for Draupadi Murmu. So Samya, we just heard another MLA talking to us from Jharkhand, in a way stating that the sentiments of the people, or even their own MLAs, specifically talking about the Congress party, were much higher than what the party wanted.
Absolutely. So, and then it's safe to say that the NDA managed to play a masterstroke by trying to propose Draupadi Murmu as their presidential candidate, because it trumped the party ideology, it trumped the party whip per se, and the people went ahead and voted purely on the basis of their sentiment. First tribal precedent that the democratic India is going to witness, and the fact that she hails from a tribal community has struck a chord with those Congress MLAs in Ranchi, and that's the reason why they went ahead and voted for her. So even the Congress's own mandate, the Congress's own instructions did not fall in line for these MLAs, and they went ahead and did not vote for Yashwant Sinha but chose Draupadi Murmu over it. So the Congress party clearly failed to give a candidate who could have been of any match or a contest to Draupadi Murmu.
Absolutely. Let me also now take that question to Mr. Rajagopalan, who continues to be with us. Mr. Rajagopalan, if you were hearing that Jharkhand MLA who was speaking to us just a short while back, he in a way indicated how the people on the ground and even certain MLAs, they wanted to in a way give reverence and respect to the tribal candidature of the NDA, much above what the Congress or the opposition wanted.
Congress MLAs in Jharkhand have taken a decision much earlier, as Mr. Ansari has described it. Ansari has been an MLA for several terms. I have known him very well. And Mr. Ansari's decision to go for a tribal because of the compulsions of the voters. The same MLAs have to go to the electorates next week, next month, next year. So when they go for elections or for the public meetings, they will question him. Why did you vote for Yashwant Sinha? Why you have not voted for Murmu? So therefore, there is a contradiction at the local level, and they ignored the national Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi's dictum, but they went by the local pressure, local communities, influence. These are all certain factors you have to, because it is a vote bank politics. Draupadi Murmu being selected by the BJP is also a vote bank politics, because across 8 states in North India, her domination of Santalia community is spread over tribal.
Yes.
As Murmu is a very powerful candidate, that is why Jharkhand, West Bengal, Sikkim, Assam have gone for Murmu. That is why cross-voting. And as Soumya Kapoor has just now mentioned, there is going to be an internal audit of why cross-voting, but that is going to be gathering dust. Even that the committee submits the report.
Yes,
the things
absolutely, and that's what even the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Mr. Prahlad Joshi, stated. We listened to what he said, and thanking Mr. Rajagopalan and Samya for joining us on this broadcast. We listened to what Prahlad Joshi had to say.
The numbers are out as far as the presidential election is concerned. Draupadi Murmu getting over half of the electoral college. I have with me Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Mr. Prahlad Joshi. Mr. Joshi, it is an election outcome which was more or less on expected lines, but are you confident that you will be able to reach above 65% of the total electoral college?
At present, I hope that. And it is quite a proven fact that the decision of Honorable Prime Minister to choose her as the candidate for the president election of this year, it has given an excellent result. Acceptability of Srimati Draupadi ji has crossed what was our expectation. I am very happy about it, and I am expecting more than 65%.
Right. So we have also seen cross-voting, over 100 MLAs cross-voting, over 17 MPs cross-voting is what we understand. It's only, of course, the second round so far. What do you think has happened over here that has led to this kind of cross-voting?
As far as we have, we have the input from some sources that more than 17 MPs have cross-voted, and I have also seen the reports in the media that more than 100 MPs. MLAs have cross-voted. That means acceptability was quite high.
So are you saying that conscience vote appeal that was made by NDA and the NDA candidate, both candidates made that appeal, but the NDA candidate's appeal for conscience voting has worked on ground? Would you say that?
I feel so.
All right. Thank you so much, Speaker. This is Mr. Prahlad Joshi talking about how the conscience vote has really worked, and also how the cross-voting has taken place in this entire election. R.Rajagopalan reporting in Parliament for Times.